Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we have a defense that loves to quickly get off the field. The Texans are top 10 in defensive yards allowed, and they go up against the Cowboys, who will need to find a way to move the football.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Texans.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he's got some space here. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Matt Darr to kick it away. Back deep, Dre Archer. Fielded at the 20. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Man left, man left.
There we go, going to 53. There we go.
4 down, check. 4 down.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a second and 11.
There we go. Wide 80.
We got 3 down.
Again, it's Elliott. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
There we go. Wide 80.
4 down. Check.
There we go, going to 53.
Kill.
There we go, going to 54. Wide 80.
Big edge.
There we go, going to 54. Wide 80.
They'll need to get the play off quickly.
Wide.
Prescott looks to throw on first. He gets away from one. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Yeah, baby. Double tight.
There we go.
3 down.
There we go, kill.
Tight dog.
To throw is Prescott. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Here we go, here we go. 4 down, 4 down.
Second down, Prescott. Completes it to Jason Witten. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down.
Strong right. Strong right.
Here we go. Here we go, here we go. Going to 54, going to 54. 180.
Throwing, Prescott.
Tighten up.
And incomplete as the screen there unsuccessful. So now fourth down coming up.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it, and they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, let's see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
Second down and a little ways to go here. Second and 13.
Flex round. Let's go.
Again, it's Miller. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
That's it. Big thing.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Tight left. Come on, let's go. We got three, fellas. We got three. Flex round.
From the gun, here's Watson.
Kill.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. Here's Matt Darr now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. This is Archer. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Watch tight end. Tight
Here we go.
right.
180. They're going to 53.
3 down.
They're going to 53. Kill.
Watch twist.
Here we go.
Watch
From the pistol, here's Elliott. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Kid 21.
Here we go. 180.
Check, bunt set.
So the D-line's going to spread out.
Kill.
Check 37. Check 37.
Here we go. Going to 54. 180.
Let's
Here
go,
we go.
let's
Kill.
go.
Everybody take it.
Prescott now from the 50. And he rifles one incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
Here we go.
Mike 5-5.
180.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott.
Target.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough third and long coming up. So still in search of the first down after that last completion.
Trips over here. That's overload.
Here we go. 180.
Motion.
Here we go. Kill.
Watch 10.
Here we go. Go ahead.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it fourth down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along, or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Check safety.
Running this with a wide receiver, Fuller. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Nice hit, boy. Flex round. We got double up. Come on, let's go. Right there.
After the penalty, it's Miller. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
To throw is Watson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Come on, let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio.
Check. Fresno.
Out of the gun, Watson. Flushed out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Houston.
Right.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Come on, let's go.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Let's go.
Watson now to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the 1st down yardage before he's brought down. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Double tight. Let's go.
They go play action here on 1st down. Going deep for Hopkins. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
Watch tight.
Ohio. Let's go.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Watch tight end. 3 down.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex round. From the 50, it's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Ohio. Check.
Here we go. Red 38.
Motion. Bump.
Ohio. Hut.
Hey, turn it out.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
The Texans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Miller. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. On first down, Watson. Completion left side to Miller. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Ohio. Check 9.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
54.
What? 90. Flex round. Flex round.
Come on, let's go.
A first down carry now for Miller. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Come on, let's go.
They'll put Fuller in motion right.
Hey, watch the lane.
To throw on second is Watson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. On the NFL scoreboard, second quarter in Nashville. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Texans on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Tight end's right.
Here we go. Watson hands this to Foreman, and he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Well, at least they won't take a goose egg into intermission as they do carve out 3 points here in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Yeah, it hasn't really been the greatest of first halves. They've looked out of sync, especially on the offensive side of the ball. But a field goal here at least gives them some momentum as we tick down toward halftime.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54.
Tight end's on the Ringo.
Kill. Here we go.
3 down.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
The give is to Elliott. And some room to run. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
On the NFL scoreboard, second quarter in Nashville. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Tight end left.
Here we go. Wide eight.
You got three down.
Here we go, kill.
And they're going to go soft on the corners.
Going to 50.
Prescott now on second down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Wonder what's in the offensive playbook on 3rd and 13. We're about to find out.
Here we go. 1,
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen, but everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 more yards there and another first down. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Double tight.
Here we go. 180.
We got four.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Reset.
The play clock's running down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
Here we go. Going to 53.
Four down.
Gun.
Shift.
Here we go. 186.
And now here's a carry heading left. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And a quick throw here. That's complete. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but, boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Now Prescott is going to fire one deep over the middle. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong
Let's
right.
go! Ohio! Ohio, let's go!
A shotgun snap for Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pick up there at 22. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2nd down following the run.
Here we go! Flex round!
From the gun, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out comes Houston. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early. to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with the former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Got him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Coming to you.
Here we go. Red 38.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Throwing again is Watson. Caught left side Hopkins. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Let's go. Flex round.
He's checking.
Ohio.
Crash.
Let's go.
Safe.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag.
Watch 54. Strip that ball.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
You're on an island.
Flex round.
Now Watson operating from the gun. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Matt Darr now as he's on to punt for Houston. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 19.
180. There we go. Count.
5 down. Stand up in.
Gun.
Lucky.
A give to Elliott. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Over with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Here's Watson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on them all game long.
Double tight. Here we go.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary.
Ohio.
Third and long. It's Watson. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Come on. 3 down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Elliott running right. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
Here we go.
On the counter, Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go.
Hey, 3 down. Kid 21.
Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Fumble! Two tights. Here we go!
They begin with a run by Miller. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Tight ends left. Hey,
Come on, let's go.
4 down.
Red 38. Red 38. Flex round.
Watson off play action. Flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. They find some open field here. 30. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Let's go.
Hey, hey, we got three. Three down.
Flex round. Flex round.
Check 26.
Flex round.
Check 26.
Flex round.
On second down, here's Watson.
You got tight right there.
Dumps it complete to Miller. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Ohio.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better.
What? 90.
Hey,
Ohio. Flex round. Flex round.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Fresh set of downs here.
Here we go.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Come on.
Off of play action, it's Watson. On the right side, this is Miller. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Man left.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain.
Yeah, baby.
The offense on third down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Let's go.
Now it's Watson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. Even. Fourth
Let's
down.
go.
Even.
What? 90. Ohio.
Sixth guy. Check sixth
Ohio.
guy.
Ohio.
Check nickel.
Let's go.
nickel.
Ohio. Let's go.
They'll run. It's Miller. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll try to run for it with Elliott. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here to go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Cowboys, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they fall to defeat for the second time this season. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.